Hello and welcome back. I'm Sonai. If it's your first time here, I'm glad to have you. Thanks for stopping in. Today, we're not going to be talking about inner beauty. We're actually talking about physical beauty and how you should own your beauty and be your individual self. So let's get right into it. In today's world, there are so many trends. They come and go and they dictate what the standard of beauty is for that time. But what's really important is to own your beauty, your own individual self. And that's what we're talking about today. And I have 5 tips or so that I think will be really helpful in embracing your own beauty. And number one is embracing your own beautiful self. That would include your own features. There are features that you know that you find attractive about yourself. It could be your eyes, your nose, your neck, even your back, whatever, your profile, whatever you find beautiful, that is what's important because that's what gives you confidence. And the confidence is what really makes your beauty shine. So you want to focus on your own features, get excited about those and show them off. And also your style, your own individual style, not walking around being cookie cutter. This look is in, or I think, monotone is in. So I'm going to go with that. Or the quiet luxury. I'm going to go with that. Not every style looks good on everyone, and it's not flattering on everyone. You know what looks good on you, and you should go with that. I'm not saying that you shouldn't try new things because I do. I try different styles, but I do know what looks good on me and it accents my beauty or my confidence. I usually gravitate towards those. And with that being said, embrace being you, not falling for all of the trends and falling for what society says is beautiful because everyone's different. And I thank God we're all different because we all bring something beautiful to the table, but we all look different. We're not clones. I don't want to look like, this celebrity. I don't want to base my entire look off of someone because I'm me and I like the way I look and I like being me. And you should do the same. Make sure you focus on and embrace being you and what's beautiful for you. Now, we kind of mentioned earlier but you want to focus on your best features and accentuate those, whether it be, if you're tall, if you're not so tall, but you have such a cute shape, wear what is flattering for your physique. What makes you feel good? What makes you feel beautiful? Make sure that you do that. Don't worry about what other people are wearing because it will look different on them. Don't worry about the makeup or the eye makeup trends or the lip colors or the hairstyles and things like that because not everything is going to look good on everyone. You know what hairstyles will bring forth your best features, your cheekbones, your eyes. Go in the mirror and play around with styles that look good on you. And I guarantee you, it will look so good. And you can have the same hairstyle someone else has, but when you change it a little, it's going to be completely different because you are different. You are completely unique. Your style is unique. If you try to copy someone and you can stick really close to their style, and we're all influenced, in one way or another. I'm not saying that we aren't, but what you pull and when you coordinate those ensembles or you change something, that doesn't quite look good on me. Or I like, for instance, I think I have like a good neck and shoulders, and I like off the shoulder dresses or tops. Like this is a long, like tiered dress, but I try to, you know, accentuate my shoulders sometimes because it elongates the neck and it's really feminine and I like it. There's things you can just play with styles and it becomes so unique to you. People could probably go out and find an outfit for me because they know my style. Like it's unique to me. And you could do the same. And you probably do the same. So stick with that. Let's not fall for, you know, all of the trends and everything, but focus more on our individual style, own our own beauty and our own polished look, our standard of beauty for ourselves. That's what we want to focus on. Now, do not change for anyone. If it works for you, and not saying, you have to same old, I think you know what I'm saying here. But don't change your style because someone says, oh, that look's not in anymore. This is what everybody's doing. Well, that's not what I'm doing. I'm doing what looks good for me. Style is so individual. Fashion is one thing, you know, this is in fashion, that is in fashion. But style is so individual. Beauty is so individual. And so you don't change for anyone because sometimes when you do that, we could end up looking like a clown, like we're in a costume. And that's not what you want to do. So make sure you stick with your style, what you feel like venturing off of. If you're experimenting with a new look that you think will look good on you, then go for it. If it doesn't work, you can always move on. It's just clothes, it's just makeup, it's just hairstyles. We can change up, but make sure for you to look comfortable in your own skin because you can tell when people are not comfortable in the outfit they're wearing or a hairstyle they're trying. Something in their face that just looks very uncomfortable or their body posture, they're not comfortable. So make sure you are comfortable in your own beauty, in your own style, because that is going to totally shine out and make you a showstopper and a stunner because you're so confident. And the confidence is what really is beautiful. So you want to embrace your own beauty, your own style, even with your fragrance. There's trends where this fragrance is in, but everyone's body chemistry is different, and that fragrance will not smell the same on you. It may not work for you. So don't wear it just because it's popular, just to say, oh, I'm wearing, Maison, or I'm wearing the Chanel number 5. Chanel number 5 doesn't smell the same on everyone. I happen to like it, but the Coco Mademoiselle smells and works better with my chemistry. It's just don't wear something because it's trendy. Try it out, get a little tester. You can try things out, but if it just doesn't work, it doesn't work. And there's no harm, no foul. You move on. You stick to your authentic style, your look, your beauty, because it's all about you. And you should be able to walk through life saying, you know what? I feel beautiful being me, not envying what somebody else is looking like, because honestly, they're probably feeling the same. You can take the most beautiful actress or model out there, and I guarantee you she's self-conscious. She feels someone else looks better than her, or she doesn't feel like herself, or she has sacrificed a certain look. I don't know that for sure, but from experience, you can walk around and just look like you really have it going on, and you are the fashionista's fashionista. But if you're not being true to yourself, if you're just wearing something, you're just a mannequin, a model, which is what that is. You're just, wearing things to show, but you're not necessarily being yourself. But then she takes off that gown, she puts on a jumpsuit or slacks or, the type of dress that she wears as an individual that she finds beautiful on her. And you say, I'm not used to seeing her in those things. That's because she wasn't being herself. She was just wearing what she was hired to wear and so forth. So don't always fall for the trend. Fall in love with your own style, your own individual style. You know, like I'm going to show you something. And we're talking about makeup and so forth. because there's something, the makeup looks, you have the eyebrows. I've always liked the more drawn in type of eyebrows. I used to have fantastic eyebrows in the 90s, and we won't even talk about that, but the modeling industry just ruined it. But, I like, I'm not going to put this mirror in your face, but I really like these golden shades when it comes to eye makeup. And then I like to darken my eyes. And for some people, that may be too much. Play around with what works for you. And you can have something, you don't have to go and spend all of the money on, a makeup palette or this and that. Go to your drugstores or go to Saks Fifth Avenue, Sephora, whatever. Work, play with makeup, play with things, play with fragrances, and see what works for you. And it will become your signature. And no one is going to know where you got something from, you know? This is Natasha Denona, right? But I have another palette that, gosh, it probably cost me $6, $7 somewhere. It's in here somewhere, but it has these gold shadows and things. No one can really tell the difference. So don't fall for the trends. Focus on your own beauty and what looks good. What formulas, what shadows look good on you? What lipsticks look good on you? Because you're an individual. And that's what we need to embrace ourselves. We need to love ourselves more and take care of ourselves more, because that's what makes us feel good, and we feel really beautiful when we treat ourselves and make ourselves feel loved. Because if you don't do that, if you don't own your beauty and tell yourself that you're beautiful and feel that, then no one else is going to think you're beautiful, because you're going to be subconscious, or you're going to try to be somebody else, and that's super inauthentic. Put these away before I drop them. But yeah, you know, you don't want to be inauthentic. You want to be yourself. So just embrace that. Owning beauty, being beautiful and feminine and classy has nothing to do with how much you paid for something. But it is about owning who you are, owning your own beauty, being confident in your own skin. And that's what I wanted to share today, because it's really important. And it took me a couple of decades to learn that, you know, just be happy in my own skin. I think the older I got, I realized I have to feel good about me. I have to like my face, because no matter how someone say, would tell me that it looked good or whatever, if I didn't believe it, which sometimes we don't, right? We don't feel as confident about ourselves. But, we have to learn to love ourselves and be happy in our own skin. So that's my message today. And I just hope that you guys glean something from that. There's a lot of pressure on social media to keep up with the fashion, to keep up with the makeup, to keep up with the hairstyles and the handbags and all of that. It's not about that. It's about being you, embracing your own beauty in your own style. And that goes for men and women alike. And, leave me messages below if there was something that I said that really resonates with you. Maybe you have some tips that you would like to share with me on what made you really embrace who you are. I'm in my 50s, and I didn't learn this until I would honestly say in my 40s, because in your 20s and so forth, you're really concerned with like your crew, your friends, and you'll kind of go along with each other. But I really started to embrace who I am in my 40s. And now in my 50s, I just do my own thing. And it doesn't matter to me if it's on trend or not. I like what I like. Most everything that I like, I've always liked it. I tried some different styles and things like that, but I went back to who I truly am. My style really has been the same since my 20s. My makeup, I like it to be more natural. I mean, I highlight, accentuate things, lips, and, the deeper berry colors and so forth. But you have to just embrace your own beauty. And so that's what I wanted to share today. And I thank you so much for stopping. And wherever you are in the world, you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. And we'll see you on the next one. You take care. Bye. And Roxy wanted to say hi. I forgot. And she got a cute haircut. You guys see? She got groomed and everything. She looks so cute. And look at her markings. Oh, so pretty. So she's being herself and she's embracing her beauty, right? All right. Bye, you guys. See you next time. Bye.